When I was a little kid, I had a very important plan. I wanted to be a doctor. I would wear a white coat and have a stethoscope. I would make sick people feel better. I even practiced on my dolls and my little brother. I gave them pretend shots with a plastic toy. I told them to be brave. It was a good dream, a big dream. I thought about it all the time. I drew pictures of myself as a doctor. I was sure that was what I would be when I grew up. My mom and dad always smiled when I told them my plans. But life is a funny thing. It does not always follow your plans. I went to school for a long time. I studied very hard. But becoming a doctor was very expensive. My family did not have that much money, so I had to find a different path. I found a job in a big, clean factory. The factory makes computer chips. They are very small, but they are very important. They are the brains for computers and phones. My dream of healing people changed. Now I help make the tiny things that help people connect. It was not my first choice, but it was a good job. My job is very hard. I have to wear a special suit. It is called a clean room suit. It covers me from my head to my toes. It looks like a bunny suit. I cannot have any dust or hair on me. The chips are very delicate. A tiny piece of dust can ruin them. I have to be very careful. I look at the chips through a big microscope. I check them for any mistakes. It is like looking for a tiny speck on a tiny speck. My eyes get tired. My back hurts from sitting for so long. The room is always very quiet. All you can hear is the hum of the machines. Some days the work feels endless. I look at hundreds of chips. They all look the same after a while. I have to stay focused. I cannot make a mistake. If I pass a bad chip, a computer might not work. Someone's phone might not turn on. It is a lot of pressure. I think about my old dream of being a doctor. A doctor has to be careful too. A doctor cannot make a mistake. So, in a way, my job is a little bit like being a doctor. I am a doctor for tiny computer brains. It makes me feel a little better when I think of it that way. Working in the factory was not all hard. I made a friend there. Her name is Maria. She works in the same clean room as me. We both wear the same funny bunny suits. We cannot talk much during work. We have to be quiet and focused. But during our breaks, we talk and laugh. We eat lunch together every day. Maria understands how tiring the job is. She makes the long days feel shorter. She is my best friend. We tell each other everything. It is nice to have a friend who knows exactly what your day is like. One day, we decided to do something fun after work. We wanted to buy a special gift. It was not for anyone's birthday. It was a gift for ourselves. We worked so hard. We deserved something nice. We went to a big fancy shopping mall. The lights were bright. The stores were full of beautiful things. We walked from store to store. We looked at clothes and shoes and jewelry. We were searching for the perfect thing, something that would make us feel happy every time we looked at it. It was like a treasure hunt. We looked for a long time. We saw many nice things, but nothing felt just right. Then we walked into a jewelry store. The whole store sparkled. And there it was. In a glass case on a soft velvet pillow was a beautiful necklace. It was a thin silver chain with a tiny sparkling star. It was perfect. It was simple and elegant. It reminded me of the tiny, perfect chips I work on all day. But this was much more beautiful. Maria saw it too. Her eyes got big. We both knew this was the one. The necklace was very expensive. My heart went thump when I saw the price tag. It was more money than I usually spend on anything. Maria and I looked at each other. We had been saving our money. We whispered back and forth. Should we? Could we? We thought about all the long hours in the quiet, clean room. We thought about our tired eyes and our aching backs, and then we both smiled. Let's do it, I said. We bought 2 necklaces, one for each of us. Buying it felt so good. It was a reward. It was our special treasure. The next week at work felt different. I wore my new necklace under my shirt. I could not wear it in the clean room, but I knew it was there. It was my happy secret. On Tuesday morning, something strange happened. My boss, Mr. Henderson, called everyone together. This was not normal. We usually just went straight to our workstations. We all stood in a large group. We were all in our bunny suits. We looked like a crowd of white marshmallows. Everyone was whispering. What was going on? I felt a little nervous. Mr. Henderson stood in front of us. He looked very serious, but also a little excited. Good morning, everyone, he said. His voice was loud in the quiet room. I have some important news to share. Everyone stopped whispering. We all looked at him. I have been offered a new job, he continued. It is a big opportunity for me. I will be working for the government. A soft gasp went through the crowd. Mr. Henderson was leaving. He was a good boss. He was strict, but he was fair. We were all surprised. Then Mr. Henderson did something even more surprising. He smiled. The company needs a new person to lead this team, he said. They have asked me to choose my replacement. My heart started to beat fast. I wondered who it would be. There were many people who had worked here for a long time. Mr. Henderson looked around the room. He looked at all of our faces, or at least, the parts of our faces we could see through our suits. Then, his eyes stopped. They stopped on me. I felt my stomach do a flip-flop. I have chosen someone who is careful, dedicated, and a true leader, he said. His eyes were still looking right at me. I am proud to announce that your new boss will be... He paused for a moment. The room was so quiet I could hear my own breathing. You. He pointed right at me. Me. I could not believe it. My mouth fell open. Everyone turned to look at me. I could feel my face getting hot inside my suit. Me? The boss? It felt like a dream, a very strange and wonderful dream. I was shocked and happy all at once. That night I went home feeling like I was floating on a cloud. I was the new boss. It was a huge change. I could not wait to tell my family. I walked in the door and my mom and dad were in the kitchen. I have news, I said. I was so excited the words came out in a rush. I told them everything. I told them about Mr. Henderson's new job. I told them how he picked me, out of everyone. I told them I was going to be the new boss of the whole department. It was a very big deal. My parents were so surprised. Then their faces broke into huge smiles. My dad jumped up and gave me a big hug. He lifted me off the floor. "That's my girl!" he shouted. "I always knew you were special." My mom had tears in her eyes. They were happy tears. She hugged me so tight. "We are so proud of you," she said. So proud. Seeing them so happy made me feel even happier. It was one of the best moments of my whole life. We celebrated with a special dinner. We all talked and laughed. The future felt so bright and exciting. Later that evening, after the celebration, I went to my room. I was still so full of joy. I wanted to see my special things. I wanted to hold my new necklace and remember the fun day with Maria. I opened my jewelry box. I looked for the little velvet box that held my new star necklace. It was not there. I started to look through the box, moving my other things around. Where did I put it? I always put it in the same spot. A small feeling of worry started to creep in. Maybe I left it on the dresser. I looked all over my room. I checked my dresser. I looked on my nightstand. I checked the pockets of the clothes I had worn. The necklace was gone. And then I noticed something else. A few other things were missing too. My grandmother's old locket was gone. A small collection of silver coins my dad gave me was gone. My heart sank. The happy feeling from the day disappeared. It was replaced by a cold, sad feeling.